I've had happen to me all day. So, walking down the street, probably, I don't know, a minute ago or so, and as I'm walking down the street checking my change machines, well, I noticed that a car door opens up, and I look up, and there's this girl staring right at me. She gets right back into the car, closes the door, and locks it. Man, I must be friggin' scary. Roar! I'm a big scary bear. Yeah, on the bright side, I was nice enough not to start ranting at the top of my lungs about my booty surgery today. Yep, it took the doctor about, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes to put the numbing agent in it. And then I told him I didn't want it, but I didn't get to finish it. And guess why? And the doctor insisted that it was something that I did want. So I'm doing what the doctor said. He said, leave it in there, and what it is, it's called a loop. All right, so it's a wick. You know what a wick is, like on a candle? Basically, the way that he explained it, they had a mesh wick, and then they had this rubber wick. And when he looked at my backside, he decided he was going to do an ultrasound on it, and there's a bunch of liquids in it, and he's just going to have to wait a few days. He wanted to make sure I come back to get the rubber wick out after they're for certain it's not MRSA. So I got to go in 3 days and find out if I got MRSA and get a piece of rubber taken out of my, I'm trying to remember the name of it. When you have a pustule or a boil or something like that and they lancet, incision. So it's a loop drain, which means that they take this piece of rubber and they slice one slice on one side of the pus pocket, and then they put another slice on the other side of the pus pocket, and then they let it drain, and then they squeeze some sodium chloride, I think it is, into the hole. And then that basically flushes it out so it's clean and sterile. And then that's when he puts in the piece of rubber through the 2 holes that he's made. And then he ties the piece of rubber back onto itself in a knot. And it holds the hole open. The reason it does that is so that it'll actually heal from the inside. And I don't know, it's really, really cool to me to talk to somebody operating on me while they're operating on me. It's actually a pretty cool concept. I get to learn something. He even showed me the ultrasound, and he showed me the dark part and explained to me about the fluids. And there was a lot. I mean, like I said, things like 4 inches across. It was huge. There was a lot in it. I did take a couple of pictures of the gauze pads in the garbage. The big one was buried underneath it all, and although I am fine with digging through it, it's kind of a biohazard, so it's probably not a good idea to go digging through the garbage in a hospital, especially when it's a biohazard bag that's got people's bloody pustule stuff in it. That's not something that my mother would approve of, that is for certain. Actually, I don't think my mom would give 2 shits. My mom was an EMT for a bit, I believe. or training to become a EMT with Jeff Luchterhoose. Oh my God, that man was on so many pills. I wouldn't want him to be my nurse. Anyway, I got 10 cents so far. And I'll skirt somebody just existing again. God damn, I'm good at that. Oh yeah, and there's a crazy lady who is into tarot cards who wanted to send me messages and friggin' tell me how it is from her perspective of tarot or wizardry or aliens or something. I don't think it matters. It's so entertaining, however. I let that young woman know my birthday, where I was born, what time, and that I also added that she could check out my star chart and she could consult her random pieces of paper about science. Well, actually, you know what? I'm just going to post that up on my Facebook in a couple of minutes, and that way everybody can read it. Yes, the worst nut jobs that I have to deal with are ones that completely ignore reason and accountability. People who think that they are right simply because, well, they're delusional. I must be more right than the person who was there. I must be. Because nuttiness is totally much more better than, of course, science and evidence. I'm pretty big on both of those things, and that's one of the things that has pissed me off the most through all this. These people knew that I could not protect myself or defend myself, and as a result, they did everything they could to prevent me from showing evidence by pretending I was schizophrenic and delusional. And of course, I went and saw me a professional, consulted her long enough to have her explain. Hello. That's all right. I'm trying to tie up my time, so you're good. All right. So, that thing I got on my leg, where the hell is the parking meter on this one? Just fell off again. It's going to be impossible to keep this thing clean. I'm starting to gather. Being homeless is not conducive to healing up to shit. So, I'm going to go find a dark corner where I can adjust the Band-Aid, hopefully reattach it before my leg runs up against my pants too much. Damn, I'm sweating like a pig. I'm sweating like a priest in court. I'm sweating. It's warm. Anyway, I got a few more parking meters to check. I got 20 cents so far, which is not rich by any stretch of the imagination. But it means I only need another $1.55 to get me a soda pop. And sometimes you get, oh my God, that fucking sucks. Sometimes you get lucky and you get like $2 worth of change all at once. So, I guess this is a good enough place. I'll check this parking meter and then I'll go over to the bench over there. I'd rather check the parking meters than ask people, you know? That's not a pride thing. It's a people get annoyed thing. There's a reason that I didn't fly a sign before. I wasn't gimpy. Yeah, I always been autistic, but I ain't always had a bad back. Oh, there ain't no parking meter in this parking lot. All right, what's the next one? Of course, they didn't do a quiz or anything like that. They just cut me open, tied open the holes, made sure that they could drain, and no antibiotics. I'm not sure why no antibiotics, but this entire area is U.S. Postal Service property. Please respect our neighbors and do not trespass here. Thank you. Trespass? I thought it was U.S. Postal Service property. Isn't that paid for by our taxpayer dollars? I don't know. That's probably just another American fantasy. God bless Martha, right? Here's them benches, which is good because they got water. All right. Now I'm making the same mistake that I made with my last shirt. Just wipe my forehead on my sleeve. That's why it's discolored there. So that's gonna end up making my sleeve extra greasy and extra sweaty, and it's gonna give me pimples, and I don't want to be looking like I'm doing heroin. Now it's, give me a second, I'll show you. That's my right arm. Like, that's all from the stuff down here, those ones on my forearm, that's bug bites. This all up here, that's all from wearing the same shirt for too long, sweating in it too much, and not changing it. So the guy who gave me the shirt tonight, I'm grateful for it. Try to get some of this salt off me, you know? And then put it across my forearms. That helped to cool it down without making it go straight to my heart and possibly make me sick. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've been told that this is a better way of doing it. It's safer or whatnot. I'll make sure we get it on my sleeve because I don't want to have that salt all up in there. I have another shirt. Oh, shit. I guess I took off my other shirt. I did have another shirt that I could probably use to wipe my forehead with. Anyway, I think I got somebody in town messaged me, so I'm gonna finish up my bandage restoration and shut off the video and check the message. Possibly the reason that he didn't, the doctor I mean, there's a possibility that the reason he didn't put antibiotics on it is because if it's MRSA, MRSA is antibiotic resistant. So if they're going to do it, especially in somebody's immune system like mine, I have had a lot of antibiotics. My dad was obsessed with having a good-looking kid. When I got pimples, he would stand there and watch me wash my face with Noxzema, make sure that I used them until the pad was clean, and made sure that I was on a full regimen of everything from doxycycline to amoxicillin to any antibiotic that you can ever possibly think of. I was probably on. My dad was obsessed with me not having pimples. Then my nose grew. Alright, I wish I had a lanyard or something. I could actually tie my leg off so that it holds that bandage where it needs to be. Maybe somebody has a zip tie or something here. Zip tie might not work right. I'm going to want to put a loop with a little bit of an end on it. That way I can tie it off to my belt on the hip side. That way it holds the bandage where it needs to be, as well as preventing the rope or my pants from slipping down. All right. Let's see. Oh, it's new video from the Aspie world. Autism and Asperger's making lists. We'll see what that's about. It's probably something that I've been saying all along, but we'll see. All right. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper, and no victim left behind.